Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, Mehdi, and today we're going to be going over a tips video where the focus is on the current challenge for DreamSnaps. The theme is fire and water for this week. Mandatory items are red, 5 of them, and blue, 5 of them. It's a decor challenge, so it says things are getting elemental. Show off your best designs featuring both fire and water. Now, in this video, I wanted to kind of go over different things to hopefully make your picture be a really good picture to send out for DreamSnaps so that you can rank really well and also hopefully get a decent amount of Moonstones next week. So let's go ahead and get started with the first tip. So for any of the DreamSnaps challenges, as well as specifically this one, you're gonna probably want to go around your valley and see exactly where you want to take your picture. That is going to be the first and foremost thing you might want to look into, is where can you actually go in the valley and take a picture that will represent the fire and water, or even just one or the other. In this case, if you're looking for fire, maybe if you still have some fire pieces in the Forgotten Lands, you can probably go in there and then just take a picture next to some of these fires so that it takes care of the fire part. There's a lot of water, as you can see. There's water here in the Glade of Trust. There's water in Sunlit Plateau, some puddles here in Forgotten Lands. You can even go to Frosted Heights and maybe get some of the water pictures there, and there's a lot of blue ice around you. You can even go to Dazzle Beach, of course, but last week's picture was at Dazzle's, mostly was focused on Dazzle Beach because of the beach theme, but you can still do it. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to try to avoid like 2 of the same pictures, and maybe some people might get confused when you're taking your picture, they might think, oh hey, you're like a week late. That was last week's picture. So instead of doing a Dazzle Beach, you can probably find another water area to focus on and go ahead and take the picture in that surrounding area. Now, don't forget that you can still take a picture indoors, right? You don't have to take a picture outdoors. If you think you could put together a cool picture inside in your home, you can go along with that. Because I believe for the very first DreamSnaps challenge, the winner was inside the home, right? So don't forget, you can definitely use a room inside your home and decorate it. Now, tip number 2 is going to be, of course, the big piece when it comes to the decor challenge, and that's the actual furniture. So you go to your furniture, click all. You can click this button right here, which brings up the actual categories and does filter based off of like red and blue type furniture pieces. Now, of course, don't forget you're going to need 5 red and 5 blue items in your picture, but there are a variety of different things. Now, of course, you are going to have different furniture pieces than I do. You might have more than me, you might have less than me, but just look around, see what might fit in terms of your picture. Don't forget, this isn't really just a red and blue theme picture. This is more of a fire and water picture, right? So I will look for things like this, right? Like an icy fountain. Look at that. That's a perfect item right there. The water coming through, it's blue. That right there to me is a great picture. Now, based off this filter, I kind of assume the way that they have it is that if the picture has maybe a little bit of red or blue to it is how they count it. Because it seems like the jack-o'-lantern, even though not really, it is orange, right? Maybe they count it as red, but you can also just set the filter to yourself, right? So go to filters, put blue and red. You can go back and it's gonna be filtered. I do want to see if the jack-o'-lantern's still there. So, okay, it looks like it's not there anymore. So, which is interesting. So I would say this little filter here it doesn't filter your picture to just red and blue. I don't know what exactly it's doing to your furniture pieces, but it maybe just brings up the requirements kind of so you don't have to go all the way back. It'll tell you here, this is red, you need 5 of them, you need 5 blues in your picture. And that's all it's doing. So if anything, you should probably filter yourself. Make sure you filter to blue only or red only or blue and red, and then you can kind of get your pictures. I think it's better to just do one at a time, right? So maybe just look at blue ones, then later look at the red ones. Of course, my fountains should still be good. That's going to be a nice piece there for any of you that are looking towards water items. Of course, like a Norwegian spruce water bucket could work. This relaxing oasis is a really nice one if you're trying to do outdoors. This drop pillar, you can see water droplets, right? The rain coming down there. That's a good one. And that's really just it for when I filter to blue on my end. But let's filter to red and then let's see what we can get. I'm looking for fire items, of course, but you know, just having red in the background would be nice. It doesn't seem like we have a lot of fire items other than maybe like fireplaces, right? We have a lot of fireplace items, so that would work indoors only, of course. Oh, this is a good item, and I'm not sure why it filtered when it came red, but this large aquarium, that's a really nice one there for the water piece. Oh, but there's also like a little lava in there, or a volcano that's spewing out lava. I wish it was a little bit more. The fire portion looks a little nicer, but I would count this as the water portion. Now, another thing you can also do is just don't even filter anything. Look at all your furniture pieces. Yeah, it'll take you a little bit, but you never know. You might miss something that is water and fire related that doesn't show up as blue or red in the filter. So I recommend just looking through all of your furniture pieces, see what you can come up with, because you never know. You might miss something that you didn't even realize until you actually see it on here. Like, look at that, the enchanting fountain. I'm sure the water comes out of this, right? And okay, never mind. And the water doesn't come out of that, but there's water in it, and that could be a nice piece there. You know, just from looking at all this, I think your water items can be covered pretty well. I think the tough one is going to be the fire. That's just it. We don't have very many, at least I don't have very many. This granite fire bowl, maybe. Let's see how it looks. Not that great. Oh, you can interact. Oh, okay. You know, that's not too bad. And I mean, maybe it looks a little better without the rain out there, but that can be a nice piece if you have it. Torches can be pretty good, right? You can see the fire on those. That'd be a nice piece. Candle, even stoves, right? Some of them have like fire coming out, like this cooking fire pit. That one's a good one. And then the rest are really just indoor items. So that's why maybe this DreamSnaps for this week, you know, indoor could be a really good option. You have all these fireplaces and the hearth here and all this that can work pretty well. And the circular embossed metal fireplace, this is, you know, it's in the picture of DreamSnaps. If you look in the actual menu, you can see the challenge. Look at that, that's already showing there. So, you know, that could be a good piece if you want to use, but for indoor, of course. Now for tip number 3, don't forget, you can actually go to your crafting bench, right? And then look for, I guess, the furniture pieces. You know, you might not have something that you crafted already, but you have in here. So look at all these torches. I haven't used all the torches, but that's a good option. And even this fountain looks pretty cool. I think it's a little different than the one I showed you that I popped out a little while ago. This water tower, that's a cool item. Swimming pool, I mean, that's absolutely perfect for this theme, right? A water swimming pool, blue. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to tell you, is make sure you do take a look at your crafting, see if there's anything you could really make or find or that you have on here that can be related to the theme of this week. Now, tip number 4 is if you're doing outdoor, think about the actual environment that you're in. Like, you know, this is perfect because we're in the rain right now. So if I have a picture that's showing rain in the background, that can work pretty well. But the other thing is when it is sunny, which I can't show you now, but you know, when it is sunny and the clouds are gone, you have the sun popping up in the background there. Don't forget, sun is considered like it's a big ball of fire, right? So we can probably use that in the background. So don't forget to use the sun, to use your elements in the back here. The theme is elements, right? Elemental, whatever they were saying on there. So don't forget to use your actual elements. You got rain, you got actual the sun, which can give you your fire, sunset, sunrises. You got the water, the oceans, the ponds, you got all that stuff out here. So don't forget to use that. Okay, so for the next tip, this one is a pretty good one because I don't know if you did the Wonder of Pixar Star Path, but there's a lot of items in there that can be fire related, which can help out a lot. So if you go into, you know, it might be too late for you to collect. Let's see. No, you can still claim rewards, but you have to use your Moonstones a bit for now if you don't have enough tokens. So you're going to have to transfer your Moonstones into tokens and then buy it because, you know, you can't do the Dreamlight duties anymore or the Star Path duties right now. But yeah, so there's a lot of reward items in here, like Fiery Raven Companion. That's a great one right there. So you can have your companion out with you that can be fire related. That's going to be really cool. Of course, I showed you the large aquarium, but that's a good piece there. Circular embossed metal fireplace, if you get that here. Having blue, like this wave your hair, you know, that's a good piece there for you. If you're indoors, the manta ray mobile here, yeah, that can be a good piece. Of course, the drop pillar we looked at a little while ago. This one's a great one, the blazing pixie, right? For your character to have on, that's a really cool piece as well. So yeah, that one's a good tip, honestly, is just looking at the star path items. If you're able to get it, I recommend trying to get some of these items and wearing it or having it in the background. So the next tip is, if you are doing outdoors, look at your landscaping. This is a pretty important look, you know, if you want to make your background look really cool. Of course, you know, they're not going to be like blue or red related items, but it can make your backgrounds look a little bit nicer for your picture. Of course, you don't want to just put it randomly everywhere, right? You want to try to make it look like a design or set up pretty nicely for your picture. But yeah, really don't forget about these, whatever you can find here, right? If you're doing a water picture, you can do these water lilies in the background, makes look the picture look a little bit nicer. You can have like these dead trees, right? Like if you have fire nearby, then you can have the dead trees like showing like the fire took over and, you know, kind of destroyed the tree. Kind of dark, but I mean, you kind of get what I mean. This looks pretty cool. The short Japanese maple, it looks red, right? The item looks great. Even this one here, frozen twisted dead tree, that looks great. And then looking at some of the rocks here, won't really find red or blue, but you know, you can have it in the background, might look pretty cool. Don't forget about your paths, and then also some fencing. Just have some in there if you feel like it'll make your picture pop a little bit more. And then the last tip I have for you is, of course, don't forget about your character. If you do plan on having your character, your person here in the picture, make sure you dress up so that you have the clothing set for the red and the blue, or the fire and the water. We have various things, right? If you're in the rain, of course, you know, maybe you can have an umbrella with you. And then of course, like the fire companion, don't forget about the fire companion. If you have it, of course, it can really help your picture. But in terms of clothing, I feel like the main tip to have is like maybe wear like blue shirt, red shirt, blue pants, red pants, stuff like that to kind of I guess match the blue and red. Like this pant right here, the red sweats, is perfect. And then if I can find like a blue shirt, that can work pretty well. Like this, the loose blue button-up shirt, that looks great. Like I look cool, and you know, I'm wearing both the blue and the red. Well, I hope you were able to learn something new, or hopefully get some good tips from this video. If you did, please hit the like button for me. It helps out the channel a lot. And also think about subscribing to the channel, because we do make Disney Dreamlight Valley videos, and you know, we'll be definitely making more. So think about subscribing to the channel. That helps out a lot as well. And if you want to help out the community, also leave some comments down below. If you have some tips that I didn't go over, we can help each other out and just have some amazing pictures, and we can all get some really good moonstones later. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.